Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, tank is tank, man. But at the end of the day, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, It's a rocky road that we seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story's going to rebuild itself.
He's telling y'all, he say he's the king. And this Vicious right here. I ain't never seen a king hold his kingdom down when you have a vicious crew come through. We coming through. Hear what I say? We vicious. We ain't just boxing. We doing this. Be prepared. Stop playing with my youngin'.
Tensions exploded in the boxing world as Gervonta Davis's trainer unleashed a fiery verbal attack on Floyd Mayweather, calling him a loser in a shocking response following Lamont Roach's public support of Mayweather. The heated exchange highlights the growing rift between Team Davis and Mayweather's camp, showcasing the fierce loyalty and rivalry that continue to fuel the sport's most high-profile figures. This latest clash not only intensifies the drama surrounding Davis's rise, but also puts the spotlight back on Mayweather's controversial legacy.
That's true. So Calvin, I'm almost done with this interview. What did Floyd Mayweather tell you after the fight? Because he was very happy. He was excited.
Man, that's my man. Everybody, man, me and Floyd, man. I mean, being with Floyd, man, it gave me, man, it changed my view on being, looking at TV, watching boxing around one of the greats, man. Being around one of the greats, and people don't know Floyd, man. He a down-to-earth guy, man. He loved the sport. He loved the fighters. You know what I'm saying? And when he's starting to understand Tank now. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to be the best promoter, you know what I'm saying, out there. I say, Floyd, I need Pretty Boy. Talk about your fighters, man. You pump your fighters up. And he doing it. He said, man, I want to be around winners. And that will push the coaches, and that will push the fighters.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has long been heralded as one of the greatest boxers in history, with a flawless 50-0 professional record, multiple world championships across 5 weight classes, and a knack for showmanship that made him a pay-per-view powerhouse. Mayweather's impact on the sport is undeniable. His defensive mastery and ring intelligence set new standards in boxing, and his business acumen turned him into one of the wealthiest athletes in the world.
Floyd situation, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, tank is tank, man. But at the end of the day, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, It's a rocky road that we seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to rebuild itself, But again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said, this is the true colors of a person that's coming out, man. They can't stand it, Calm is I don't like using that word calm, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows. The gym. Y'all little youngins keep putting in work, man. Hunt, Steve, all our new coaches, man. They, I mentioned y'all, man. Y'all keep putting in work, man, because guess what? When we gone, y'all gotta hold the house down. You have to hold the house down. Got to hold the house down. I need y'all to hold the house down.
Beyond his fighting career, Mayweather transitioned into mentorship and promotion, using his platform to nurture new talents. Gervonta Davis, among others, has benefited from Mayweather's guidance, gaining access to elite training resources and promotional opportunities. Yet Mayweather's larger-than-life persona often divides opinion. While many admire his dedication and success, others criticize his perceived arrogance, his handling of fighters, and ongoing controversies.
Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, I hope all you guys are staying well, keeping safe. Everything good wherever you are. And I wanted to get talking about something which is quite a big topic in boxing as of today. Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, there seems to be a serious rift, and it seems to be the rift is getting wider and wider. The beef, or the clear showing that these two are not getting on, is quite clear for everyone to see. on whether it's on social media, whether it's comments that are being made by both men. Gervonta Davis reacted to, Floyd Mayweather explaining why he did a press conference on the same day that, Gervonta had a press conference, and he said they offered him $1 million for that particular press conference, and Michael Benson reported this, and Gervonta Davis quoted the tweet and said "lol" on top of it, because Gervonta Davis apparently was quoted saying that it doesn't matter how much money a man has, he can still be jealous. Like, why Floyd would be jealous of Gervonta Davis? Gervonta Davis, I like Gervonta Davis. I think he's a very exciting talent, very good fighter.
Calvin Ford, a pivotal figure in Gervonta Davis's career, has played a significant role in navigating the boxer through both his professional and personal challenges. As Davis's longtime trainer, Ford has been instrumental in shaping Davis into a top-tier fighter. Ford's involvement extends beyond training. He acts as a mentor and advisor, helping Davis manage his relationship with high-profile figures like Floyd Mayweather.
Calvin, he been with me since I was 7. I used to sleep in Coach Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood restaurant in Baltimore.
When I had to train Tank, when I didn't want him to get in trouble and I wanted to make sure we was together, I used to take him to work with me. And he'd chill. Everybody know him. Everybody know him at work.
Remember, Calvin used to fuss at the guys that was coming up with me, and they was in the streets a lot. He was telling them, like, you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You gotta be, like, all the way in it. Like, focus on the goal, and them guys, they went left, and unfortunately, they got killed.
You weigh the odds up like that. Do you want him to go to jail or you want him to live? That's the whole idea, to come to the boxing gym.
If I ain't had the people I had around me, like the people that started with me and things like that, I probably would have been off the scene for a long time.
Ford has consistently downplayed the friction between Davis and Mayweather, attributing it to the natural growing pains of a rising star in the sport. He likens the situation to what Mayweather himself experienced during his early career, emphasizing that such tensions are part of the learning process as Davis gains more control over his business affairs.
Who do you want to see? You, as a guy that's in his trainer, that's like a father figure to him, you're training him all the time, you know him, both y'all from the streets of Baltimore the whole bit. Who do you want to see Tank fight next?
I want him to get all of them that ran their mouth.
Give me the names. I need names, Calvin. I need names.
You already know. We went down to, we working on the big 4. It was Garcia, that's the first one. Roma, I hope we get him soon. Shakur, he's going to get it. He know he's going to get it. It's just Bob is in charge of that. You know what I'm saying? Bob know what he's doing over there. You can't tell Bob how to run his game because he's like a vet at this. He's been doing it for so many years. That's going to happen. All the fights that we'll want, they have no choice. They're going to take the fight when it's time to take the fight. It's just right now, who's going to take the fight? That's the question.
Ford believes that despite the current disagreements, the professional relationship and mutual respect between Mayweather and Davis remains strong due to their shared history and connections, particularly through influential boxing manager Al Heyman in a recent news conference. Ford reiterated that Davis's frustrations are typical of a young athlete seeking greater autonomy and understanding of the business side of boxing. He emphasized that the core team, including Heyman, plays a crucial role in guiding Davis's career decisions and that any conflicts with Mayweather are incidental rather than existential threats to their professional relationship.
Calvin Ford, what does he mean to you when you hear that name? What does he mean when you first hear that?
A father. Father. And then he's one of the guys that held a lot of this, like, this whole family together. Him with Kenny, but for sure, like, them two, they held the whole camp together, for sure.
Wouldn't be here without him? Would you say that? Without Calvin?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be there without him. Just off of the fact of when I was coming to the gym, I was getting that love that I ain't have at home type stuff. So it was always like, Calvin, saying I walked through the gym, Calvin, like, looking for him type stuff.
He told me he used to come to the gym, you'd be outside, sleep in front of the gym, in front of the door.
Yeah, I used to run I go to school, and then from school, I go straight to the gym, don't tell my grandma or nothing. let's go straight to the gym. And the gym was closed. The gym didn't even, I used to get out of school probably 3 o'clock, and the gym didn't open till like 4:30. I'd just be outside just sleeping on the front of the gym, just waiting.
Ford, known for his dedication and mentorship, has been a constant presence in Davis's life since he was a teenager, helping him navigate the complexities of both the boxing world and personal challenges. Ford's influence extends beyond training. He has been a father figure and mentor to Davis, providing stability and support.
Oh, watching him in camp, it scares me. You know what I'm saying? Because the things that he's doing and his maturity, how would you say, them great ones that can read the field real good. So when he get in that ring, I watched him listen to people conversation, listen to what's going on, and he's real focused.
Considering the deep connection between Tank and Calvin Davis and Floyd Mayweather's feud has been speculated to be the reason behind Ford and Floyd's clash, Davis accused Mayweather of attempting to sabotage his career. Their relationship initially, mentor-mentee, began to sour as Davis grew more independent and successful. In a recent rant, Davis alleged that Mayweather kicked him out of his gym during training for the Ryan Garcia fight and accused Mayweather of disloyalty and jealousy.
Say, man, look, man, your beef is not with Floyd Mayweather. You sitting here beefing with Floyd. It's a fighter out here that's been calling your name that want to fight you. Gervonta Tank Davis, let's make the fight happen, man. I'm tired of tweeting. I'm tired of talking about it. Stop ducking me and let's make the fight happen, man. Come on.
Shakur Stevenson, never one to hold back, recently weighed in on the simmering tension between Davis and Floyd Mayweather Jr., suggesting there was more going on behind the scenes than meets the eye. He hinted that Davis may feel overshadowed by Mayweather's legendary status and is eager to carve out his own identity. Stevenson believes Davis is pushing for independence and recognition, separate from Mayweather's powerful influence in the boxing world. Shakur Stevenson also gave his honest thoughts about the rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, suggesting it could be a difficult night for Davis, having sparred with Roach before. Shakur knows his rhythm and unorthodox movement. He believes Roach brings something different to the table that Davis hasn't encountered in the ring before: his unpredictable angles and slick counters could disrupt Davis's usual game plan and create real problems.
What does the rematch look like between Lamont and Gervonta, you think?
I like Lamont in the rematch.
You were one of the few that kind of picked Lamont to begin with. Why was that?
I sparred with Lamont. I knew that he was a good fighter. He helped me get ready for the Oscar Valdez fight. And I knew his style, with Tank's style, what he was going to be able to bring to the table. I knew it. So,
did you really win 20 rounds?
I swear to God, on my daughter's life, I won that much money.
How different does a rematch look in your opinion, Shakur? What adjustments do you think we see from both?
Huh?
What adjustments do we see from both in a rematch?
I think I can't tell you game plans. I could be fighting these guys, so I'm gonna keep my secrets to myself. But truthfully, they both good fighters.
Do you think it's a lot different rematch, or do you think it'll be close again?
It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
How did you see Tank in that fight? A lot of people are saying maybe he's just mentally not there. What did you see?
Nah, he was the same Tank. I don't believe that. I don't got no thought in my brain that makes me think that he wasn't the person he been all of these other fights. I think he was the same person. All this stuff that he going through stuff. I mean, everybody go through stuff. So he's the same fighter. He's going to be the same fighter throughout his career.
Ryan Garcia has recently intensified the controversy by claiming that the real reason behind their fallout is personal. According to Garcia, Davis allegedly had a relationship with Mayweather's daughter, Yaya, which caused significant strain between the two boxers. Garcia mentioned that this information is well known within their circles and suggested it is a major factor in their ongoing dispute. Garcia has also accused Tank of being gay and said that he has text messages from a girl to prove this.
You're out here.
Gervonta Davis is gay.
Allegedly.
No, but that's okay if say Gervonta, right? Because I've heard stories. Gervonta told me that she put her fingers in his.
Recently, Gervonta Davis has expressed a desire to retire from boxing, emphasizing the need to focus on his mental health and personal growth. He acknowledges that the sport has instilled a certain aggression in him, which he now wishes to temper, especially. As a father of 2 daughters, Davis stated, "I want to do therapy. I want everything out of me, whereas though I'll never think about fighting again." This decision underscores his commitment to becoming a more composed individual outside the ring, prioritizing therapy and self-improvement over his boxing career.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
However, Tank Davis has made it clear that before he steps away from boxing, he wants to fight specific opponents. This suggests that despite retirement talks, Davis still has major fights in mind. If these fights happen, they could cement his legacy as one of the greatest fighters of this generation.
So realistically, how much longer do you see yourself being a fighter? How many more years you think?
It depends. I got some people I want to get.
Like who?
I don't want to say their names, but...
Just say yes or no. Haney?
Yes.
Lomachenko?
Yes.
Teofimo?
Yes. Not really so much Teofimo.
Not so much. How come?
Cause it's like, I don't know. Just, he ain't really like, I mean, if the fight like prevents itself, then yeah, but other than that.
It's not on your list.
Yeah, it's not on my, he's not.
Kambosos? No. Is there anyone I'm missing, or is that it?
Yeah, but I don't want to say his name.
Shakur?
Yeah.
That's another one. For Roach, the rematch represents an opportunity to solidify his standing in the boxing world. After the initial fight, he expressed his belief that he deserved a spot in the pound-for-pound rankings given his performance against a formidable opponent. Like Davis, Roach's confidence has been evident on social media, where he has engaged with critics and supporters alike, even proposing substantial bets on the outcome of the rematch.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we take it?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
Diaz advisor to Lamont Roach Jr. acknowledged the formidable challenge Davis presents, describing him as one of the world's leading fighters. Diaz noted Davis's impressive record and power, but also expressed confidence in Roach's abilities. He highlighted Roach's extensive experience, including his amateur pedigree and the improvements he's made since their previous encounters. Diaz believes that Roach's familiarity with Davis and his own growth as a fighter could play pivotal roles in a rematch.
All right, Brandon Taylor here, True School Sports. I'm with Roberto Diaz. Roberto, good to see you as always.
Likewise, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, for sure. You're part of Lamont Roach's camp. What's your official role with Lamont
I'm an
Roach?
advisor for him.
Okay, so you guide him on how to make certain decisions?
Correct.
Okay.
We've been together for many years since his pro debut back in the days at Golden Boy. And after we both parted ways, we hooked up.
Okay. That's pretty interesting because, you know, now that you guys are not with Golden Boy, you're still together. So
absolutely.
You guys must have had a good relationship when you were at Golden Boy.
Always had a good relationship with him and his father. And obviously I'm honored and just, you know, honored to be a part of him. And when I got the call to continue working with him, it was a no-brainer for me.
Okay. A lot of the boxing media and the boxing fans are overlooking Lamont Roach, and they're angry that Tank isn't getting fights against Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, these kind of guys. But what can you, from someone that's been with him from the beginning, what can you say about the talent level of Lamont Roach?
I don't blame the fans, but it's a little bit of the unknown for them. It's a little bit of they don't know who he is. On Saturday night, they're going to know who he is. They're going to respect him, and they're going to become fans. One thing about Lamont is he fought all the styles. The kid has the talent. The kid has the want, but he's never had the opportunity to be on this type of stage. Now it is. Now it's on him. He's put in the work. The talent's there. The hunger's there. He knows what a win means. And here's where it's important. The fans are okay not to know because until they are introduced, like they know who Shakur is. They know who these other guys is. They'll know on Saturday. But most importantly, Tank knows what he's facing because he brought in two of the best trainers in boxing.
According to Lamont Roach's coach, Gervonta Davis's performance in the first fight might have shocked the public, but it didn't surprise their team. The coach explained that they had seen Davis fight enough to anticipate his moves, Roach's. Camp had a clear idea of what to expect and felt prepared from the start. Their confidence wasn't just based on training, but on having a clear strategy in place and knowing Roach had the skills to execute it under pressure.
Dr. News Fight fans, big news in the boxing world. Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach Jr. are gearing up for a rematch that's got everyone talking. Remember their controversial draw back in March? Well, they're running it back. That 9th round knee drop by Davis that wasn't called, it's still causing buzz. Now, these lightweight titans are set to settle the score on August 16th in Vegas. But here's the kicker. Shakur Stevenson, the WBC champ, is warning Davis it's a dangerous move. He says Tank better bring his A game or things could go south. With both fighters hungry to prove themselves, this rematch is shaping up to be an absolute fireworks show. Who you got, Tank or Roach? Drop your predictions below.